Hello everyone, Z Miner 99 here, and welcome back for another vlog. Today is actually the last day of my trip to Missouri. It's 100 degrees almost right now. It's like 98, 99 degrees Fahrenheit, of course. And it's more than 50% humidity, I think. So for me, as Pacific Northwesterner, it's a lot. But feels a lot hotter than it is, like 110 more what it feels like. I'm in the shade right now though, so it isn't bad. Um, but this is much different than where I live. The trees are all a lot taller for one. Aside from just the temperature, trees are a lot taller where I live. And they're not deciduous trees like these ones here. These are all hardwood deciduous trees for the most part. There's a few cedars back in the property a little ways that way. Anyways, I'm at my grandparents' right now. So, that's Chewy. You can see she's coming over. But, yeah. So this is a pretty good property out here in Mountain Grove, Missouri. So we've done quite a bit. Earlier today we went up to, they called it a castle. It's really a mansion that was burned out in, a mostly stone mansion that was burned out in 1942. But yeah, so as you can see, there's a little lake down there. Used to be much more of, oh geez, what the heck is it called? Whatever. It was unintentionally, their septic tank had collapsed in on itself because it's really, really old. But they got a new one, so, after they moved in. So, yeah. Sludge pond, that's what I'm thinking. But it's cleared out since then, so. More of a little pond, I suppose. Anyways, yeah, really steep driveway. This road isn't even level, so it's fun driving a big truck up and down there. So, anyways, yeah, hot day. If you're ever in Missouri, get used to it. Wear sunscreen. I haven't gotten burned since I've been here, but I wore sunscreen today, which is really the only day I've been in the sun a lot. So, anyways, I will see you with more talking during the video then. Alright, so now that I'm back home after my trip, I'll go ahead and talk through what we did. So, we started out in SeaTac International Airport, where we then flew over to Chicago International Airport, and then we flew to Springfield Airport from there. First flight was, I think, somewhere around 4 hours. Second flight was, I think, around 2 hours. The first plane which we were on was the B737. I believe it was the 900 series. And then the second one was a Canada Air. So this was the first time I've been on the Canada Air. CRJ 200 was what we were on that time. And, yep, so here's some pictures from the wing view. I was fortunate every flight that I was on, I got a window seat. So I was able to take a lot of pictures of the sky. That was pretty cool. We went to Springfield the next day after we got there. So we got there mid-afternoon. Actually, no, late afternoon. Got our rental car, went over to my grandparents' house, and we were there for, well, the night, and then we went to Evangel University, which is an Assemblies of God University, which is the denomination that my family is. And then so that was in Springfield. And one of the interesting things about Springfield, at least for us, is that the Assemblies of God is based out of Springfield. So there's a lot of different things, like Convoy of Hope is there. So yeah, it was interesting to see all the different AG things there. And anyway, so back in the airport at Springfield, they actually have a replica. I don't know how strict of a replica it is of the Wright Flyer hanging up from the ceiling. So I thought that was amazing. Then the next day, I believe it was, we went and we met up with some friends of ours from Tennessee who happened to be in town. We went to a glow golf place. Here's a picture of it, and it was pretty fun. Then Saturday we had lunch with someone from Royal Ranger, or breakfast. It was a brunch, actually, I guess, with someone from Royal Rangers International. And Royal Rangers is something which I grew up in. It's a young men's mentoring ministry. It's like what Boy Scouts was, or it used to be more like it, but we've kind of changed the model a little bit in recent years. So I got this challenge coin from him, and I thought that was pretty cool. I don't have many challenge coins, so anyways, then it was Monday, I think, we went up to visit. We went up to the castle, which I referenced in the beginning of this. It's not really a castle. It's a old burnt out house, mansion, really, that was made in the early 1900s. Was whenever it started being made. The owner died, though, and the kids didn't really feel like picking it up right away. And then they ended up finishing the interior of the house or the mansion in 1922, and then it burned down 20 years later in 1942. So, yeah, all you can see is the ruins. There is a water tower. There's also the stables, or I believe it was the stable. It was the carriage house. So I'm assuming that's pretty much your stables. Yeah. One of the other interesting things about Missouri is how they name their streets. Their state highways. So they have their state routes, which is like State Route 60, which is what Mountain Grove is off of. But then there's others like State Highway ZZ. They just use letters. So you have like ZZ, O, H, just letters. And I've never seen that before. Up here in Washington State, we have they're by numbers. So like there's Highway 510, which it's not the same. It's just interesting to me. And then that they use letters instead of using numbers. And then of course we flew home afterwards. And on our way home, we flew on another Canada Air 200, CRJ 200, from Springfield, but this time to Denver, so it was about 2.5 hour flight. Denver, Colorado, which is actually the largest airport in area in the United States, which is crazy. And then on the way back the way back to SeaTac from Denver. We flew on a Boeing 737-900 series again. So, yeah. It's only 2 different kinds of planes for this trip, even though there were 4 flights. We ended up landing in SeaTac around 5, experienced some horrible traffic on the way home. It was worse than expected. Normally it's bad at that time. No, we landed at like 3 something. I think it was 3. No, it was 4. 4? 3 or 4? I don't remember, man. I don't remember. Anyways, so yeah. I enjoyed the trip. It was good to see family that I haven't seen in a while. Most of my family used to live in California, and then they moved to Missouri. So after my grandparents moved out there, so it's good to see them again. It's been a long time. Anyways, guys, I hope that you enjoyed this vlog. If you did, I try not to make too many of these because I do want to make YouTube videos, but pretty much I'll make one of these anytime I go on a trip or an outing or something. So anyways, guys, subscribe, leave a like if you would like to do that. Also check out my Twitch, my Discord. Links to those are down in the description, and hope that you guys all have a great day.
Ladies and gentlemen, the local time here in Seattle, 3:35 p.m. And again, you have subtracted 1 time zone into the Pacific Daylight Savings Time.